Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Feazell, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, beginning at 1 p.m. this Central Time, as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. Continue sending emails. It just makes my day. Please do it. And whether you'd like for me to change something, want me to add a topic, whatever you want, this is your show. It's not mine. So you continue sending emails. And that's Donna at donnasedge.com. I think I actually pointed in the right direction this time. Donna at donnasedge.com. You can find us on television, and it's syndicated on Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com and all the social media sites. And we're just always glad to be with you. You can watch anytime you want to. Okay, so if you're not available at 1 p.m. Central, that's okay. You can still watch the show. I have Linda Hansen with me right now, prosperity101.com. And Linda, so it seems like it's been a month of Sunday since we've talked.
Well, it has. I think we were talking about every 3 to 4 weeks for a while there, and then illness and holidays and stuff kind of delayed the schedule. But it's really nice to be back. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. So, wow, we have a new president now. I'm excited.
It's very exciting. And his first week was momentous. Understatement of the year.
I'm going to say
incredible, absolutely incredible. And then, week 2, I mean, it's just unbelievable what he's already done. And I think some of my favorite things that I've seen are the fact that he went and started getting help for the people in North Carolina. Oh, yeah. And, he's been to California, and he's showing compassion and concern. And, I think one of my favorite social media posts that I saw was actually where someone who was in the storm ravaged area of North Carolina said he could not believe that a sitting president would hand over his microphone to a victim of the storm and just give this lady the microphone so she could tell her story. And I thought, if people only knew the real Donald Trump, if people only knew. And I'm just excited for what the next 4 years can bring.
There are always the naysayers there, Linda. I saw there's a friend of mine who is a total liberal. Okay, she's just sold out liberal. And so she sends me a message, and she said, well, he's not working on the economy like you said he was. And I sent a message back, he wouldn't have to work on it if your president hadn't wrecked it.
Yeah.
But he's handling other things right now.
He's working on the economy. He absolutely is working on the economy.
Yes, he is.
This is like he can walk and chew gum at the same time. And so this is one of the things that people do not understand. People pick their one little issue. And I mean, it makes me crazy when I hear people say, oh, he's not doing this or he's not doing that. I'm like, look deeper than the headlines, and go look at what his executive orders actually say. Go look at what his teams are doing. Go look behind the scenes. Go look, do the research, dig down and find out what is truth, because I cannot even begin to believe what is happening so quickly and the things that will take place over the next, year, 2 years, 4 years in America, and hopefully for generations to come, making America a much stronger, more free nation.
I think it's going to be record time. I don't think it's going to take years to do it. And this is why I'm saying this. Okay, so the day he's sworn in, he's working. I mean, he's signing executive orders. He's not like, well, let's do the party first. Let's do the party. And then I'm going to go on vacation. And then I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Then I may work on it. Not with that guy. I mean, it's all over it between
things. He's like, I know. It's just fantastic. And I love how he released the RFK, JFK, and MLK files. And then he handed the pen to his aide and said, give this to Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I mean, it's amazing. I think so much truth is going to come out, and I hope over time people will understand that he is actually, just what this country needs. And for everybody who's all up in arms about this, that, or the other thing that he's going to do to destroy their rights or whatever, I hope sooner rather than later they will realize the truth is that he is opening up more rights. He's providing more rights. He's securing our rights as individuals and citizens, whatever choices they want to make. Now, that doesn't mean that our taxpayer dollars have to pay for the choices you want to make. You know, our taxpayer dollars don't have to pay for your college education. Our taxpayer dollars shouldn't have to pay for transgender surgeries in the military. You know, our taxpayer dollars, thankfully, are not going to be paying for abortions anymore. I mean, if people can make these choices if they want, but our taxpayer dollars are not paying for those lifestyle choices.
I gotta ask you a question. I know that you can answer this one, and I already know the answer, but I just want to know your opinion. Okay, so I have another liberal friend who says that's not abortion if it's done at the very beginning of the pregnancy.
Oh,
She disagrees, but she says, and but I don't believe in putting the child out on the table. Well, I mean, if you don't believe in putting the child out on the table after it's been born and killing it, well, then what's the difference when you've just been conceived? I mean,
yeah, people don't understand. I mean, and this is part of the whole brainwashing of the media, and it's really the whole effort to destroy the culture and destroy this culture of life. I mean, our founding documents are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? And it's protecting our God-given rights. And so it's you know, it's a battle. This will always be a battle to protect life. But the more that science advances and the more we can get things out there and the more freedom there is to do so, I think the more we will be a pro-life culture and more of a pro-life nature in terms of everything that we're doing in our society. And I loved at the March for Life, our Vice President, J.D. Vance, had, you know, he spoke and had a sign, and you know how exciting, you know, he's the first millennial VP and he was there. I mean, this is a pro-life generation coming up, and there is so much revival happening in this younger generation, and spiritual revival not only in that generation, but I mean, I don't know if people have been following what's been happening in sports teams like college football and the NFL. I mean, it's like a
some were surprising when you just mentioned the NFL. That was a shocker.
Yeah, it's very surprising in a way, but then I think, well, why are we surprised? We've been praying for this. So, hello. These are the things we pray for. And sometimes when we pray for things for a long time, we think, you know, it's like, yeah, and then it comes and you're like, oh my goodness, you know, but it's so exciting. And I see so many teenagers being much more bold about their faith and trying to be strong in their faith. And I, you know, it gives me hope for the future of America. But as I see courage from the White House, from our vice president, you know, you see the courage that is there. And then now I see the courage. I mean, I think one of my favorite people in the administration is Tom Homan. I have actually interviewed him on my podcast as well. It was a while back, but it was in the midst of just horrible, horrible things happening regarding immigration and the border. And this man, it just breaks his heart to know what these people have gone through, these young children and things. And Tom Homan, it's like, boy, you know, he's just not messing around. It's like, you know, these mayors who say, well, you're not coming to my city. It's like, oh, yeah, I am. And I'll take you to jail. You know, you break the law, you go to jail. And so, I mean, I just love it. And, you know, the leftist media is going to give us all, you know, fear porn and victim porn. You know, and give us every single mother and baby and everybody who, you know, they can get on camera, real or imagined, right? That's like, oh, I'm, you know, don't want to go back, whatever. But it's like people have no idea the amount of crime and drugs and trafficking and things that are going on as a result of this open border and what our taxpayer money has been spending to really support all of it. You know, I mean, cities, people want to get their cities back. They don't want the hotels filled with illegals. You know, you look what's happening in Chicago right now, and the people in Chicago are mad. You know, they don't want to take it anymore, but yet, you know, Chicago's like, well, you can't take them back. And it's like Tom Homan's down there saying, yes, and ICE is here. You know, and so I just think it's great. And courage is contagious. And I also love other things that have been happening, like it just shows the character of the man, Donald Trump, in that the gentleman that he put in charge of Secret Service is one who has guarded him all this time, and he's the one that was in the pictures when Trump's hand of fight, fight, fight was up, and there's a loyalty there. There's a gentleman who was expelled or like had to be relieved of his position in the Space Force because he wouldn't take the vax and he spoke out against it. And now he has a leading position in the military as well. And even Stu Scheller, the only one who spoke out against what happened in Afghanistan and said someone should be held accountable. Mm-hmm. I mean, Stu Scheller was the only one who was punished. And now he has a position as, a special advisor underneath Secretary Hegseth. So it's very exciting.
I wanted to ask your opinion about something that, okay, so I've seen a lot of whodunit 2020 shows and stuff. Yes. I've enough to tell you. I've seen a lot of people, maybe their daughter was a victim, was raped and was killed, what have you, and the guy gets off or the woman gets off. They don't have to serve any time. And all the media wants to talk about is, well, he's released. Does anybody ever think about the victim and their family when it comes to the left? Do they ever think about the poor families that are involved, the illegals who have killed people in our country?
Like Lake and Riley's family.
Yeah, you let those folks go and get by with it. Could we have some kind of a last hurrah for the victim and their family? I think that would be very nice.
Oh my goodness. I just think, that, of course, I think the first bill that he was to sign is the Lake and Riley Act, and that is exciting. It's like this is something that Republicans, conservatives have tried to get over the fence for a while. And, it's saying that we want to protect people from these criminals that come, and we want to be able to deport them. And, the left, the Democrats, they voted pretty much in lockstep to not do that. It's like they don't care if these criminals are here hurting our American citizens, and we do. We do. And we have been a nation of immigrants, and we want to be able to welcome immigrants. But I love the fact so many things that he's doing that is pausing programs, whether it's pausing foreign aid or pausing different programs to take a look and see what's exactly happening and how do we need to do this going forward so it works better. And I think that's definitely what we need to do with, immigration, even the H-1B visa. These are things that have been abused. I think it was J.D. Vance said it on an interview, and I'm not quoting him perfectly, but basically, I forget what network it was, but she said, well, we've been a nation of immigrants and we've always welcomed immigrants. And he said, yes, we have, but that doesn't mean that, all these years later, we have to just live with stupid border policies that have been adopted. We can make it right. We can do it the right way and do it so it honors all people. We want to honor the immigrants as well. It doesn't matter what their race, color, creed, it does not matter. What matters if they want to come in and be productive members of the American society, become American citizens and, really help our country grow, which is unfortunately not what has been a lot of the immigrants coming through over the last 4 years.
And even if one kills someone, I think that you need to look at that issue. Now, my daughter-in-law is from Russia. Okay, she was brought here when she was adopted and brought to the country. And I'm just going to tell all the people out there who think the way they think about immigrants, no one gets more upset than she does.
Oh,
people who are not, you don't want to get her started.
Yeah.
No one gets more upset about people who come here and they're not legal citizens of the United States. Let's go ahead and cut to a break. I can't believe that the show is over. So let's go ahead and go to a break. It always happens with you, girl. We need 2 hours, okay? But we'll be back in just a minute.
Queen City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, We offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities.
At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Because of your overwhelming support, our 1488 MyPillow has been one of the biggest sales in MyPillow history. I couldn't think of a better way to say thank you than to extend our wholesale pricing through Christmas. Get a classic standard MyPillow for only $14.88. Upgrade to a queen size, just $18.88. King size, only $1 more. Get my body pillows for only $29.88. And ready? Multi-use MyPillows, only $9.88. It's perfect time to stock up for Christmas gifts for everyone on your list. Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to take advantage of our wholesale pricing. Including my classic standard MyPillows, only $14.88. But that's not all. I'm so confident you're going to love our classic MyPillows that I'm going to extend my 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2025. Plus, orders over $75 ship absolutely free.
Good afternoon. We're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth does matter. That's why we have Linda on the show with us, Linda Hansen. Linda, you prosperity101.com. Let's talk about that before we dig in and start talking about other things.
Sure, I'd love to. I just, I'm so excited about what's happening in our culture now, too, in terms of so many of these major corporations announcing that they're moving away from their diversity, equity, and inclusion, their DEI policies. And we even see it in the U.S. government with some of the executive orders that Trump has put forth. This is great because it is, it's like, how do you stop racism? You stop being racist, and DEI is actually racist, and we start looking at, you think of DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, and the amount of money spent on all the DEI programs and things like that it's just been, a lot of consultants fleecing the government, to be honest, fleecing the taxpayer to create division in every segment of society. So, we do want to make sure everyone is treated fairly, that, our founding documents, like I mentioned before, the life, liberty, pursuit of happiness is available to everyone. And we want people to be free to make their choices, and it doesn't matter what color their skin is. It doesn't matter if they're male or female, and it does not matter. What matters is that freedom, and that's what matters. And so with Prosperity 101, one of the things that I've been doing for years is working with employers to help them educate employees about the issues that affect their jobs. But it's more than just that. I mean, that, can be so detailed sometimes in each workplace that, the employer really needs to talk to the employees about. But the resources I provide are nonpartisan and really help to start that conversation and help people to wake up to understand, the foundations of our prosperity, of our freedom, and the policies of our freedom, of our prosperity, and then how to protect that by becoming an informed, involved, and impactful citizen. And I truly believe that it's up to employers here in this next wave of history, because we have all of these people that have come through the public education system and through the upper universities and things, and they've been taught to hate America, or to just be complacent, or they really haven't been taught what their rights are, and they haven't been taught to think about how to vote to protect those rights. So it's never telling someone who to vote for or how to vote, but it's helping them understand what types of things to look at and consider before they go vote. So whether they consider it for their own personal freedom, their family's benefit, their paycheck, whatever. And I think if employers don't do this for these adults who are already in the workforce, who will? So that's
education is key. I mean, education is key. And I also see where Obama really messed up.
Yeah.
The way he talked to the black man. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Sorry.
It happens on mine all the
time. An alarm to go off. Sorry about that. This is
they're taught down to, and black folks are, and they're, you know for sure. Okay, look at all the black leaders we've had. I'm talking phenomenal
leaders, right?
And why he would talk to black people that way is beyond me.
And Joe Biden, when he said, "If you ain't voting for me, you ain't black," what an insult to black people, I would say, because that's an insult. It's like you have to vote based on a skin color, not on the content of character or the policies that person represents. And that's identity politics. We don't want that. We don't want that.
No. Aren't you belittling people when you just assume they don't know the common sense things in life?
Right.
That's belittling people, and I don't like that.
It is. Well, and we want to empower people. And so that's what I try to do with Prosperity 101 is really empower people, not just the employers that I work with in the workplace. And I think probably if your viewers have, been with you for a while, that they know I have a book, I have an online course, I do speaking, I have a weekly podcast as well. So people can go to prosperity101.com, get all the information. You can contact me there. You can get the book there or on Amazon, but and there's another one coming. I'm not ready to release all the information about it, but it's coming soon. But I want so much to really create a movement of freedom-loving employers who are bold enough to just speak truth to their employees and tell them, look, I care about you. I care about you so much. I want you to know the truth about how these policies are affecting your job and how I believe they're affecting your family. These policies affect my ability to give you a raise, or my ability to hire more people, or to buy better equipment, or whatever it is. And when employers can do that, it just opens up a world of understanding, and it helps create a better atmosphere of communication and loyalty in the workplace, which also helps the bottom line. So it's a win-win. And then you're training another generation of thinkers. You're training another generation of thinkers, and you start educating people. There's that old saying, educate a man, educate a woman, and you educate a family. But nothing against all you men. That sounds like identity politics or something. But there is something to that. But at the same time, I think that is changing some in our current culture, because the men are rising up right now. The men are starting to rise up. So I think that we can change that paradigm that people have thought over the years. That yes, we have our mama bears. Yes, we have our mamas and our Grammys and people who are absolutely on fire to make sure that next generation is trained up in the principles and values that made this nation great. Those Judeo-Christian values, and understanding, the principles of freedom. But I would say it's so amazing and wonderful to see what's happening among men now. There's like a revival among men, and there was such a negative connotation about masculinity, as toxic masculinity. But we were talking about North Carolina earlier, and people said, you show these strong men carrying these people out of the storm mess, and they're carrying this heavy equipment, and it's like, what the real is a little more toxic masculinity. I couldn't have done that, right? So but not just physical strength, but I see courage, I see boldness, I see increased faith, I see a growth in men in our nation who are standing up to not only defend and promote these Judeo-Christian values, the revival, but also the values that made America great. But they are standing up to say, I want to be a leader in my family. And the family is the bedrock of society. So when we have these strong men who are growing and coming forth, and we have strong women, we'll have a strong nation.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you something else which gives me hope. I'm seeing a lot of young boys, guys, open doors for women.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
That.
Yeah. It's like a whole different, there has been a shift. And I think that, people's prayers, it's like we talked about before, you pray about things for a long time, and then they start to change, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is the answer to our prayer, right? And but there are things shifting in our nation. But one thing I am very concerned about, and I definitely, your listeners, your viewers, please do not become complacent. I've heard so many people say, oh, finally, it's over. Oh, finally, these 4 years of nightmare is over. Oh, finally, our freedom is back. And I would say, oh, finally, we've touched the tip of the iceberg. Finally, we have touched the tip of the iceberg about what we need to do to preserve that freedom.
You've got to keep at it. You can't just stop.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, and there's so much.
You got to go.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Oh, 2 hours next time. 2 hours.
All right. Sounds great. We can dive into a lot of topics. So
absolutely. We got lots to talk about. Guys, thank you so much for watching. You're absolutely awesome. And that's Monday through Friday, beginning at 1, or anytime you'd like to see the show on social media. You're welcome to it. Again, thank you, Linda, so much for being with us. Remember, prosperity101.com. Remember that. Okay. All right. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Have a great one.